Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining J19 Talks on Trade Nation Network. Today, we are having a very special guest. When I mean special, I mean very special. I've known this woman for quite a while, and I've been through some of her ups and her downs, a lot of her ups, but I just had to have her on J19 Talks today to let the world see what this woman is doing after going through some of the things she's went through in her life. So I am grateful that you're here on Trade Nation Network. And Trade Nation Network, you're about ready to see us all over the place. And don't forget, the first place you're gonna see us, and it came from Trade Magazine, the Trade. If you haven't seen that beautiful artwork, Trade Magazine, get it, look for it, it's all over Houston. I guarantee you, you're gonna love it. So, let's start with our guest. Today, we have Erica Fleeks
Mallet.
Mallet. I knew it was Mallet. I just want to make sure everybody
Mallet.
knew
Yes.
Erica Fleeks Mallet.
Yes.
Erica has started a nonprofit organization, and the reason why she started a nonprofit organization is because she had some difficulty and tragedy in her life. But she wants to take that and turn it to a positive and to be able to help other people that's going through or went through the same thing she went through. So you will hear Erica's story, what she went through, and how she has risen above difficulty. And like the phoenix, the wings are wide and she's flying high. Yeah. Thank you, Erica, for joining us.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I couldn't have nobody else but you today. That's it. So the whole show is all you today. Okay. No one else.
Well,
absolutely.
Okay.
Well, absolutely.
I like that.
So Erica, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, how you started from building your furniture store you have and what you did before, and then we'll get into the other stuff, the nonprofit organization. But we want to know who Erica is. Okay, Erica, tell us a little bit about yourself. Let the people of the world know who Erica Fleeks Mallet is.
Okay. So again, I'm Erica Fleeks Mallet. I am currently the owner of Oasis Furniture Gallery at Herman Park. And so we do interior design. I sell furniture there. And I'm a mother. I'm the mom of, we'll say three. We'll say three. So I have an older daughter, a younger daughter that's in high school, getting ready to graduate, and a son who is now in heaven. And we will talk about that.
Absolutely.
Yes, so any questions for me?
So here we go. So since you said that, let's share the story behind the creation of the nonprofit organization following the tragedy that you experienced with your son.
Okay, well, let me tell you this. So my son, Cameron Fleeks, and we talked about, and I mentioned the furniture gallery. So my son helped me put this furniture gallery together.
Absolutely.
He was there with me from the time he was 14 when I started about 10 years ago. So when I talk about this and I speak of him, just understand it's not in a bragging way, it's in a very truthful way.
Absolutely.
I'm very in a grateful way. I'm very grateful for the time that he was with me and what he's done for me.
Right, I know
So,
that.
You know that, right?
Yeah,
yes,
trust me.
yes. Moms and Us, Mothers of Murdered Sons and United Survivors. That's the nonprofit that I started.
Say that one more time.
Mothers of Murdered Sons and United Survivors.
Absolutely.
Yes, and then I'll tell you what that means.
And that's the name of your nonprofit.
That is the name of the nonprofit, and we are a nonprofit organization, 501c3. I'll tell you how I started it and when I started it and why I started it. And again, let's start with my son, Cameron Fleeks, was murdered here in Houston, Texas, tragically murdered, May the 13th of 2023. It's been about 9 months. And if you would have asked me this a year ago, what you would do or what I would do if something were to happen to one of my children, my answer probably would have been, I can't go on. Right. I'm sure that would have been my answer. because I've always felt like that. For me, and I'm sure many of you, that's a parent's worst nightmare is to lose a child.
Absolutely.
I never imagined, it was my fear, but I never imagined that it would happen to me.
Right.
You know, that trauma, this level of tragedy would touch me. And I don't feel like I'm above anyone. I just tried to do the right thing in life and raise my children to do the right thing. So let's go with his murder. He was, once I found out that he was murdered, again, I just didn't know what to do. My first thing was scream, cry, yell, sleep. And, but I found myself standing when I thought I couldn't stand. And I had all these people around me, friends, family, around me during this time in my life. So grateful for that. And they were a vital part in helping me to get through this.
Right.
And so here I am, I'm going to working with the detectives. It's a week later, I'm working with detectives. So that can be a challenge. It was a challenge in trying to get my son's murder solved.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So can we go back just a little bit? Can you tell us exactly how Cam befell this tragedy?
How did he fall into this tragedy?
Right. What happened to him?
What happened to my
Right.
son? I spoke with my son that morning. He was at work. He worked for me at the furniture gallery. Spoke with my son at 10 a.m. I was at a recital for my young daughter, at a dance recital for my youngest daughter.
Right.
And I received a phone call at 11:30 a.m. From one of my son's friends who is in the military, lives out of town. So it was just alarming when I saw his number on my phone, and he stated that something had happened to my son, that someone called him and said that my son was hurt, that he was shot. Wasn't sure, we just stopped everything. We actually stopped the show. You know, my friends, they were there, and immediately I didn't know where to go, but I started calling friends that I, you know, police officer friends, just different people that I thought that could help me find my son, and went to the hospital, to Ben Taub, with no avail. I couldn't get any answers from them, and dealing with that right now.
Right.
But my youngest daughter said, track his phone, and we did that. And when we went to the scene where it happened, and immediately I knew that something really terrible.
It happened.
What I felt like something immediately was missing from me.
Right.
And I saw the police tape and the detectives and my son's truck, his vehicle, and I won't go too much into the details
Right.
of what's happening with the case
Right.
now, because it is right now there's still it's an open case.
Okay.
But two individuals, my son was waiting at a store, and my understanding, waiting to get his hair cut. Two individuals approached him. He interacted with those individuals, and they approached him to rob him. And he fought back. He defended himself. And ultimately, it resulted in him losing his life. One of the individuals shot him. So,
Right.
I found out at that moment while I was there on the scene where it happened. I was told by the detective that he spoke with the hospital and my son was deceased. Is what he told me.
So you learned that. So you wasn't with your son. You was at the actual scene when you found out when everything happened.
Yes. I went out to the scene and I found out right then, and I'll just be honest, I didn't know what to do. So I did my best to keep my composure because at this moment, my daughter was there, my youngest daughter, she had gotten there, and my mother was on the phone, who's 80 years old, and so it was awful. It was just the worst thing I can ever imagine in life.
Right.
But I tell you, and let's go with after that day, again, I thought I couldn't stand, but I was able to stand and get up, and I made a decision to do something more than just grieve and mourn.
Right. Well, that's why I have you in here.
Yes.
Because usually when you hear a story like this, it's all and not that it's not warranted, because no one can tell anyone how to grieve,
Yes.
how not to grieve, the process. I mean, they have outlines, but that doesn't necessarily carry over to what the person is going through. And most people can't even see that.
Yes.
But what I can see, and and the reason why you're here is because I want everyone to see what overcoming difficulty looks like, because that's what you've done.
Yes.
Because what you just explained was very difficult. The average person, and you alluded to it a few times, saying you didn't know what you was going to do.
No, I did not know. I did not know.
So now we can see, and there's what's the word for it? There's an example. You're an example of how to overcome difficulty. And once you overcome difficulty, tell us what you did then, because I think this is remarkable.
So, what I did then, so again, and going to, I guess you would say the police department, just trying to get information and find out what's happening, I would encounter so many different people, other moms, grandmothers, dads, that were experiencing the same heartache and grief and had lost a loved one to murder, and we were all just there. Right. So I decided at that given time, so I wanted to do something for us. So it wasn't just about me.
Right.
It was for us. And that was the catalyst to my starting Moms and Us. Again, mothers of murdered sons and United Survivors. The United Survivors are, there were people I met, and I added the United Survivors because I would meet people there that had lost grandmothers. So that's not your son, but you're a mom to
Right.
this individual.
Right.
Fathers. So it's for fathers too.
Right.
So, yeah, and with the nonprofit organization, let me just tell you what we do.
Right.
So
well, this is what I wanted to ask you. Mm-hmm. So creating a nonprofit organization, mm-hmm. how did you see that benefiting others to actually uplift them who've had the same experience you've had? Since you said you've seen all these people with the same experience, how do you see, you said I decided to form a nonprofit organization. What did you see the benefits of that to be?
Oh, the support group, just bringing individuals together, all of us just experiencing that same pain.
Right.
And just coming together to support each other, to wrap your arms around each other, to share. Because many of these people, when I spoke with them, they had all of these strengths, but they couldn't see the strength anymore.
Right.
They had all of these different talents, but they couldn't see the talent in themselves anymore.
Right.
Yeah, but having a support system, people around you,
right,
to come together to remind you,
absolutely,
yeah, of who you are, where you were and where you can go. Sometimes that's all we need, just somebody to lift us up and understand what we feel. That I understand what you're feeling, not just have sympathy or empathy. We know.
Right, you lived it.
Yeah, we lived it.
Right.
We lived it, and it does not feel good, and to have someone else going through the same thing, but it feels good to know that someone else understands, yeah, and they can help you stand, and you're not alone. You're not by yourself. Right. So, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing at Moms and Us, our support group, when we meet. Right. John, let me tell you, it's so amazing.
Right. I can tell. I mean, I was going to ask you the question, what are your goals and benefits, but you're putting it all, you're already laying it on the line right now.
No, the goals are amazing. So we have a lot of goals, and we keep adding more goals and more goals every time we meet.
Right.
But and then let me just tell you how.
Well, come on.
I went-
That's what you're here to
let
do.
me-
Tell
let me
me.
tell
Tell
you.
it. Tell it.
So I wasn't quite sure exactly. I knew I wanted to do a support group. Wasn't quite sure if it would be a nonprofit. Hadn't even thought that far.
Right.
But I mentioned it to my cousin, who's an accountant. She already has my information because she does my accounting work, and she gifted me with the nonprofit
Really?
On my son's birthday, August the 30th.
Really?
She gifted me with the paperwork and everything, and just said, "I know what you'll do with it."
That's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I went to a local Crime Stoppers meeting here, spoke about it, met a few moms, dads, told them, look, I'm having a support group. I'm gonna host it at my. It wasn't anything structured. I'm gonna host it at my gallery, and this is the address. And people showed up.
Oh yeah, I know. I passed by there and
You
saw
passed by- yes.
and so I stayed in the room only.
Yes.
Right.
And so I started cooking. I just cook at home and bring food.
Really?
Yes. So we eat, we talk, we support each other, we do affirmations, and then, we have meditation yoga. So every Monday, first and third Monday when we meet, we're meeting with a purpose.
Really?
So yeah. Yes.
So it appears, and the actual factual on this,
Yeah.
on your nonprofit is that it's helping people move forward.
It's helping me to move forward.
Right, instead of
Yes.
constantly looking backwards.
Yes.
Yeah,
Helping-
and with a purpose and a destination to reach.
Yes.
Yeah. So speaking that, the destination, you started, you're going to have a fun walk.
Yes.
Explain the fun walk that your nonprofit is doing now.
Right. So our Justice, Hope, and Change walk. So
Say that again.
justice, hope, because there are many
Right.
there are many people who they can't see or they haven't justice has not
Been served.
been served at this point. Whereas in my case it has.
Right.
So the individuals have been charged and incarcerated.
But until they get
Yeah.
to justice, you're giving them hope.
I'm gonna give them some hope.
Right. And then what
Yes.
else you giving them?
And then we
Justice,
start
hope?
to and then we can start to make a change.
Right.
And just maybe the way we feel. So
Absolutely.
so the grief, the mourning, it'll be there, but how you pick yourself up
Absolutely.
and move forward.
Absolutely. So what's the goals of the fun walk?
Oh, the goals of the fun walk. So it is to bring awareness to the community, because many times we become very desensitized, and it's easy to forget.
Right.
It's easy to forget.
Right, yeah.
So,
There's a lot of people who come there the first couple of days, couple of
Yes.
weeks, and after that,
Yeah.
what happens when a person's there by themselves?
Yeah.
And no one's there, the phone call stops, the rest of it.
that's it.
Right.
We're gonna bring the community together. Keep this fresh in the community's mind. So
Keep what fresh? What you want to keep fresh?
Oh, we want to keep fresh that the murder that was happening in our community.
Not
we
just
want them-
not just what happens to your son, but
No.
to everyone else. Okay.
Yeah, because yes, this was the catalyst. What happened to my son?
Right.
But this is not just about
Right.
my son.
Right.
This is moms and us. It's
Gotcha.
about us.
I'm just saying
All
that
of
because I
us.
want to make it clear for
Yes.
everyone. Because a lot of times people get in, well, she's just doing it for herself and this and that. No.
No.
I want everyone to be clear that you have that type of energy where you are a curator. You bring people in.
No.
And that's what their furniture store is, because your furniture store is so eclectic. It got so many things in there, and it's for something for everyone.
Yes.
And when I heard you tell me about your nonprofit, I knew it was something
yeah.
for everyone.
Yeah,
And I wanted
my
you to
pain
be able
is
to tell
valid.
that.
It's important, but not just my pain.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I say this all the time in our meetings. It's not just about me.
Right.
And I had to explain this to a loved one when we were looking at just showcasing some information about the nonprofit. And one of my family members asked, well, why don't you have Cameron's picture on the brochure? And I explained to them, this just didn't happen to Cameron, my son.
Right.
This did not just happen to him.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So for the fun walk, where does it
Fun walk.
start? Tell me do you have vendors?
Yes,
Do you,
yes.
where is it going to be at? How long is the walk? Where to start and the finish? And how can people participate?
Yes.
And what do they have to do to participate?
Yes, so everything that we do, everything that Moms and Us, the support group, everything that we do is with a purpose. So we're walking for a purpose. So
Gotcha.
walk for a purpose. And the fun walk is May the 18th. And I chose that day, and that's my birthday. That is
Okay.
my birthday, May the 18th.
Okay.
I actually memorialized my son on my birthday, May the 18th.
Gotcha.
So we're going to see if we can keep that date, going. It's
Oh, no.
a significant date.
If I know Erica, it's going to be etched in history.
Yes, yes. So the fun walk is May the 18th. And we'll start at, it's a 5K walk, which is 3.1 miles,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
And we're going to go north on Alameda. It starts at 5927 Alameda, Suite K.
Which is in front of your-
Which is in front of my furniture gallery.
Right.
So we'll start the walk there.
And it's also across the street is the
golf course.
Golf course.
Yes.
Yeah,
Across the
Houston.
street from Herman Park Golf Course.
There you go.
Yes. So we'll be there and gather as many people as we can get to gather. They're invited to come. I invite you to come. It doesn't cost anything to participate in the walk. So, we will have vendors out there as well. So our vendor fair following the walk starts at 10 a.m.
Okay.
So, and I'll have some information for you. There's a fee for the vendors to come out, a small fee of $75, and the proceeds will go to Moms and Us, the Mothers of Murdered Sons and United Survivors, so we can continue to thrive and bring people in and support people in so many different ways. We have a lot.
Oh, I already know we have a
We're
lot.
going to be doing a lot. This is the beginning.
Gotcha.
So, we have a band. So we'll have a band. We have music. We have a dance group and a local band here, high school band that will lead us in the walk. And so we're expecting a lot of people, and
Oh yeah, I'm quite.
we'll have some food too. So just come, and just bring your family. So we want kids are welcome, children are welcome. I'm working now on trying to get some scooters. So we'll have
Okay.
those individuals that can't walk
They can
that
use
far,
Okay.
then they can use the scooters so they can participate too. as
Gotcha.
well. You coming, right?
Oh, absolutely. I'll be
Okay.
there.
Make
Absolutely.
sure you're there.
In fact, I'll see if I can get my cameraman out there and we can get some shots and pictures of it.
Oh,
over there in
yeah.
yards.
That'd
So
be great.
I'm really thankful that you came.
Yes.
I'm glad that you came and was able to express, what you're doing, how you. I don't want to say pick up the pieces.
Yeah.
Because it's not picking up the pieces. How you moved on to the point of helping someone.
Yeah.
Because you never really move on from a loved one.
Oh, no.
They're always with you. But one thing I do know because I knew Cam,
Yeah.
and it was funny because I'm gonna have to put some of me in it. I just have.
Please,
I spoke with him.
please.
I had just spoke with him the day before.
Yes.
In fact, we had lunch.
Yes.
And we talked probably about an hour and a half.
Yes.
So when I heard about it, I was like, no, there's no way that didn't happen. It was just really unbelievable.
Right.
And I also want to apologize to you because I couldn't go to your services. I just couldn't.
Yes.
And-
I understand.
Right. So.
I understand.
But
Yes.
I'm making up for it now.
Yes, you are- yes.
We're gonna do this.
Yes.
Because at that point, I had some tragedies, and
Yes.
it was just, it was a bit much to see such a young, vibrant,
Yes.
intelligent young black male that you had. Well, he was a man,
Yes.
and to see that, it's literally, it was like a blink of an eye.
Yeah.
I mean, probably 10 hours earlier, 20, maybe, I don't think it was 24 hours earlier, I was sitting there speaking with him.
Yes.
And boom, someone calls me and I'm like, no way, there's no way. But we are going to take this to the next level.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to help everyone else. That's why you're here. So what I would like for you to do is give me the personal insights on how you took this pain and made it a purpose.
Yes.
And shaped the advocacy work that you're doing to where you can get up now every morning and feel like you have something you know, you're honoring not only your son,
Yes.
but yourself.
Yeah. Well, you just said it. So how am I able to do it? Because I'm honoring my son. I'm honoring my son. I think about, and I'll be honest with you. Let me tell you this. I don't just think about my son.
Right.
I don't just think about my son. I think about all the other sons and people and husbands that this has happened to and their families. So you ask, how am I able to shape this and get up in the morning or even sleep at night? And I'll be honest, it's not easy.
Right.
It's not easy. But because I have a purpose, okay, it makes it doable. So it's not always easy. Some days are very difficult.
Right.
But because I have a purpose, I'm going to do it. I have to.
Right. Well, it looks like it's been done.
Oh yes.
The phone
yes.
walk is
yes.
May the 18th.
May the 18th.
And what time does it start? Because we didn't have
7 a.m.
7 a.m.
It starts at 7 a.m. And I just we're gonna have a great time. So it's not a grief walk. So this is not a grief walk. So if we're grieving, then by the time you're done with the walk, I think we'll feel much better.
Great.
And that is
Absolutely.
the purpose for that's his purpose as well.
Absolutely.
And
And
walk away with something.
right, and that's one of the main reasons I wanted to bring you on, because I knew this was going to be I don't want to say a pity party. I don't want to use that.
No.
But the word you use, a grief walk, and it's not even a fun walk. It's an upliftment walk.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking
Yes.
for. It's an upliftment walk
Yes.
because your actions are really true. You know, this is heroic. Most people can't even go through that. So I really thank you for coming. I really appreciate it. Say it one more time. In fact, once you give people out, tell the nonprofit again, give them the email address and also your phone number so they get in touch with you.
Okay.
Look into the camera.
No, but I'm going to tell this to you first.
Okay.
This is going to sound a little kind of different, but I don't know the email address by heart.
Okay.
It is still new, but I'm going to give you as much information as I have, and I guarantee you'll be able to contact us.
Got you.
Okay. So, again, the organization, Moms and Us, Mothers of Murdered Sons and United Survivors. Our meeting place, 5927 Alameda at the Oasis Furniture Gallery at Herman Park. With our support groups, the first and third Monday of each month, starting at 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And what else? What other questions? Phone number, 281-704-5889. You can reach us at momsandus@att.net.
Momsandus@att.net.
Yes, at momsandus@att.net.
Great.
Or just come by the furniture gallery. I'm there. I'm there in and out every day, all day. You'll catch me there. And if you have any questions, just come and see me. My name is Erica Fleeks Mallet, and I love to have you. And we're here to support you, your friends and family. Yes.
Well, thank you, Erica. I really appreciate you coming. And I'm so glad I was able to do something to help you and assist you. And thank you for helping the show. And this is not going to be our last time, because we're going to do a follow-up on how well it was. And being that this is an annual show, we're going to have you here annually. I mean, an annual walk.
Okay.
We'll have you here annually.
Yes, it's an annual walk.
Absolutely.
Yes, and I want to say thank you
for
befriending my son.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
I used to see you all out there all the time talking, and I'm nosy, a mom.
Right.
I'm like, I wonder what they're talking about.
Right.
But my son would always come in and speak so positive about you. And
I'm just a piece of sand on the beach, but I appreciate it.
Thank you, though.
It was him. He actually, we have to understand, us as older, we need to be around youth and young people, because that's how you stay young.
Yes.
Because we can't stay young just being around old stuff. I like to say I get rid of everything old. Yeah. But Cam really, he was a great energy, a great person, and I believe that what you went through and what he has gone through is going to help millions, and really millions. So I'd like to close this by saying thank you for joining J19 Talks. As you can see, I said we were going to talk. We just weren't going to talk about anything.
Yes.
I gave you something to chew on. Take it, contact Moms and Us at AT&T.net. Join the walk, and let's uplift our community. Thank you.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and
Okay, we are back with J19 Talk, and we have Dr. Mia Harris with us, right?
Yes, sir.
She has joined us, and Miss Erica Fleeks Mallet, talking about the fun walk that she started in memory of her son, Cam, who was tragically killed. But Erica has taken her difficulty and rose above it, and has now have a fun walk, and Dr. Harris was with her all the way. So Dr. Harris, what do you think about this fun walk?
Oh my God, amazing, amazing. Just to take everything that she's done, her zeal throughout her pain, and just been able to put it into a walk. We're not only walking for Cam, but we're walking for the future of every mom and those to come, because we know that this thing of gun violence it's not stopping. In fact, it's growing. And so the walk is for the justice of the moms that actually need the help right now.
Right.
Miss Erica is a pillar in the community. The gallery is a place of love.
Right.
And her son was that, that piece of furniture that you have that's so unique.
Right.
And
I agree with that.
And a piece that you never get rid of.
Right.
That's Cam. That was Cam in the hearts of everybody, of every customer, every family member, and anybody who ever visited the gallery. So to walk not only in honor of him, but he gets to leave a legacy, and that's what his mom, Miss Fleeks, that's what she's doing.
Right.
Not only with this walk, but with Moms and Us. I get the privilege of being a united survivor of his memory.
Right.
And just to see how strong that love, just that love is just transcending, is groundbreaking.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, Cam was a very special young man. So she said that you also helped did some things with him. What all did you and Cam do together?
Talk about it.
We actually put together furniture.
Oh, okay.
Together while I was working on my doctorate in divinity. He allowed me, and I'm going to say allowed me because he was a one man show. And you just couldn't believe it. He would do everything himself, a quiet but bold spirit. And in that, he didn't really want any help. And then especially from a girl.
Right.
What am I going to do with this woman? So you just had to know how to approach it. And he opened the door and not only let me in, but he embraced me. There was a love in just understanding who a person was when you came around him. When he entered a room, he was a man already, even in his youth.
Right.
And you just loved being around him. The joy that he had for the furniture. It would make you want to not only buy more, you just want him to come back to your home.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I didn't really know that aspect of him about the furniture because I saw him dealing mainly with the trucks when people would come in and want to rent a U-Haul.
Yes.
But I didn't know that he actually put his hand on the furniture.
Everything in the gallery.
Right.
Everything. And my
amazing.
clients, yeah, they're in their homes. They would go to the house, everything, put it together, and they would call him back just to do other stuff. The lighting,
Right.
Installing the lights.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
That's great.
So, yeah,
So
amazing.
let me switch this a little bit. Now, speaking of the advocacy group and the nonprofit, how do you see the effect that it's having on the people that are coming? Because I've seen, you know, quite a few people on that first and third Monday at the gallery. So I'm quite sure, well, I don't want to assume, but I'm quite sure you've been to maybe one or two of them.
Every single one.
So what did you see the reception and the effect that it's having on people?
The moms, they look forward. They look forward to coming. Not just because it's not a grieving session. The tears come because you can't hold back knowing that I'm still able to love and be loved,
Right.
even in the midst of my trauma, my trial, and their pain. We do activities. So we're not just, sitting around in tears, and just knowing that I can still move my hands. I'm still doing something in love. And just getting together, being able to talk if they want to express,
Right.
we're there for them. And they look forward to it. When someone brings another mom that's been hurt, we've had calls from many different states where somebody said, hey, do you mind talking to someone from out of state? They just had a tragedy. So it's been growing
Yes.
without us ever even doing anything, just because from one love to another,
Yeah.
it's been spreading. And so the doors being open, if we were to shut it, they'd be like, hey, open up.
Yes.
Where are you guys at? And that has just been awe-inspiring, just to look at the moms, the support of Miss Erica, friends, family, patrons that just come by just to lend a hand.
Well, I picked up something where she said that, so people are calling you from different states, Erica?
Yes.
So it seems like maybe you on the precipice of maybe this being a national organization.
Well, that's what we're hoping for. That's what we'll do, right? That's what we'll do.
Okay.
That's exactly what we'll do. And let me just chime in on this and say, when in our support group, the moms, the dads, the United Survivors, they're walking away with tools that they can use at home.
Great.
To aid in helping them through their grief and to feel better mentally, physically, emotionally. And then I'll tell you, and every single group is purposeful. We've done a nature walk. We had a young lady come out, which is a friend of mine, and so I put everybody to the test in a challenge. All my friends, they have businesses.
Well, I call you a curator. So you bring everyone.
Right.
You're like a museum.
Yeah.
There's some of everything in there.
My friend that has a restaurant, when I
Right.
don't cook, she provides the food
Right.
at no cost. I have a friend that teaches yoga and meditation. So she's come out and we got all the moms together and we did yoga meditation. We did grounding, walked through the park. My daughter, who's an artist, we had the moms were able to paint.
Okay.
And then we had the candle making. Yeah, the candle making is just, it's been so many. So it's very activity and interactive. It's activity driven.
Right.
Yeah.
So that idea of people, when people hear, it's a group, and for better or worse, they kind of think of AA where people are just
Right.
sitting in a circle and saying, they give their name and this and that. But you're saying you're past all that. You come in, even if they give their name or not, you put them to work, and you're in other words, you're giving them something to do in order to take back home
Yes.
with the tools that they've learned
Yes.
and what they've done, and then next thing you know, prayerfully they're on the next level.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
Yes.
That's beautiful.
And that's been happening. And we also honor one of the moms. It was her son's heavenly birthday
Okay.
at our last meeting. And when she mentioned that to me, I asked her to bring a picture, and she wasn't quite sure what we were going to do with it. But we were able to. We lit candles around the picture and focused on her. And
Right.
yeah, and what she was feeling.
Right.
So and she,
That's beautiful.
yeah, it's just
That's
so,
beautiful.
yeah.
That's good. Well, that's good. Well, I got one more question for the doc over here. So have you, you're part of this, did you put any type of curriculum together for this, or how do y'all come up with the activities?
Actually, the curriculum is burning the midnight oil.
Oh,
We actually sit and what's placed on her heart, because she has a million ideas, and I kind of have them categorized already.
Okay.
And so we have a schedule and a curriculum, but when there's a fire lit under, that may change.
Right.
If she meets a mom within the week, that and her spirit connects with them, a need that comes, we change that. So yes, we have one that was written out when this was birthed in her. But if the spirit moves, she moves right with it.
Right.
And we, meaning myself, we have a team that works with Miss Erica, and then also the moms, because a lot of moms have started to say, "Hey, can I help?" They've been calling and asking, "What can I do to help?" So they've taken it on as well.
That's
And the
great.
dads too.
And the dads. Let me
Let's
not forget the
because
dads.
one of the fathers said,
Right.
but when you're going to incorporate the fathers, the name, so yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's
Fathers
important
as well.
because,
Yes,
you know,
yes,
as a black man,
yes.
and who's, you know, anyone's here, you could have experienced pain. A lot of times, black men, we're not considered when pain comes in.
Yeah.
Everyone, I'm gonna give you an example. The movie that Denzel Washington did, Fences. When that situation happened, everyone put their hands on the wife and prayed for him. But who prayed for the man?
That's right, yeah.
He was going through something the entire time. But everything, so a lot of times black men are forgotten. They're like, oh, he's strong enough, you know, he'll take it. So I'm really thankful that you're doing that, because, you know, as for a man, losing a son is not easy. Losing a child, period. But a man, and I have 2 sons.
Yes.
So
Different. And men, and
because
noticed
it's
that-
different.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's different because
yeah.
the daughter is going to go with another
Yes,
man and
yes.
take his name.
Yes.
And gets onto his program.
Yeah.
But for a man, the son usually carries that name forward and still, you know.
And I've witnessed, and I have witnessed that the men they grieve a little different,
Right.
a lot different.
That's exactly what
yes,
I'm saying.
Yes, they do.
Perfect.
They do. Yeah.
That's
So
perfect. It's glad that you're saying.
Yeah. So having them come and participate.
That's great.
Yes, has been very heartwarming for me.
That's great.
So.
Yeah.
Men, you're welcome. You're not just welcome. We want you.
Absolutely.
Yes, we want you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So
We need
give us a time and dates again when y'all meet,
Okay.
and your website,
Yes.
so we can get people over there, and also give us a time and date for the fun walk again.
Okay. So, we meet Moms and Us, mothers of murdered sons and United Survivors. We meet the first and third Mondays of each month at 5927 Alameda, Suite K, Oasis Furniture Gallery at Herman Park, from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. What else? Contact us at Moms and Us at AT&T.net. My name is Erica Fleeks Mallet, and you can call me at 281-704-5889, or just stop by. If you can't remember this information, just come by and see us. We're there.
And the fun walk.
And the fun walk. He's calling it a fun walk. It is.
Well,
a
what do
fun
you call
walk.
it? Yeah,
Yes. I like the word fun walk because we plan to have fun.
But what is it?
So
What
it's
do you
justice,
call it?
hope, Justice, hope, and change.
Okay, justice, hope, and change.
Yes,
So scratch what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Let's see what Erica's saying. It's justice, hope, and change walk.
Walk. Yes, it's happening May the 18th, 7 a.m. We will meet at 5927 Alameda in front of the gallery, across from the Herman Park Golf Course. It is a 5K walk, 3.1 miles, going north on Alameda, and we'll come back to the gallery and partake in some great festivities. Yes. We have some awesome vendors that'll be out there, food trucks. It'll be amazing. Yes.
Okay, well, thank you, Erica.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Harris,
Thank
for
you for having us.
participating. I appreciate it. So you've heard it at J19 Talk
Yes.
on Trade Nation Network. See you next week. Peace.
Yes.